But my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises. You ain't stopping this, cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gonna launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, so stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb.
What is up, people? Make sure my audio is all good. Unfortunately, I'm trying the voice meter of death again. If it's, let me know it's okay so that I don't kill you guys' ears or you guys can even hear me. But it's not going to be a very long one. Obviously, I think Jose is going to go on in about an hour, and definitely going to go check that out. But I wanted to finish just the lecture that we started yesterday, and more importantly, kind of just go over a couple things. And I think I'll go over the couple things right this second, only because feel like it. Mind of God. Yes, our best friend, Mind of God, has done another wonderful show me I'm an idiot. And I'm gonna now I'll be doing this a lot more because I realize that people are starting to take advantage of the situation where I'm allowing motherfuckers to come on here and allowing people to be able to present their shit and not have to worry about complete disrespect right up until I am disrespected. And here's the reason why I do this whole people have respect before and then they can lose it. Because when they do lose my respect, all hell starts to break loose. What do I mean by that? It means I no longer give a shit about that person. I have no respect for that person, which means one and one thing only. Game on, bitch. Mind of God, you done fucked up, kid. Done fucked up. Take my shit out of context all you want, but here's one thing I can say that I know you can't. I don't need to go back into the archives to figure out what I said, because I know what I said, so I can confidently say certain things. You, on the other hand, are a fucking fraud. Now, numerous times we've heard Mind of God sit there saying, oh, no, I'm not here for money. I'm not trying to make any money. I just want to do this, and this. Well, Mind of God done fucked up today because he made a nice little upload, which I actually give a shit less about. Mind of God, if you're going to put a upload up about something I said to depict something like I've done something deceivious or shady or like shilly, remember, you should probably be doing that like in Discord or in like a small conversation, not discussing something, because you literally took a clip from my live stream, which I have up already. So it's not like I was hiding anything I said yesterday about your live stream going on at the same time and going, damn, I wish I had enough people to go over there and go, hey, go over there and fuck with his chat. I said that shit openly, dumbass, so you didn't catch me doing anything. Stop acting like you're smart. But more importantly, like I said, I wanted to show you guys what a snake oil salesman looks like when they get exposed. Here it is. So this is what our best friend Mind of God decided. So I told him, game on. This is what the message he sent me back. Now, I'm sorry, Mind of God. Please explain to me how it is you're not here for fame, subs, views, if the words out of your mouth are, you have more subs than I do. I need the exposure on your platform to warn people the mark of the beast being forced soon, in my opinion. Peace, SG. Now, mind of God, you can use my platform or your BS uploads all you want, but there's something you need to remember. The second you question my integrity, you have no more. It's not going to work out for you, buddy. Just not going to work. I can tell you right now. I may have a pretty crappy stream when it comes down to what I'm saying, how I speak, or what the people want. But I don't give a fuck. I do this for me. I made that very clear. I tell that to people all the time. I'm an open book. I don't need to BS and lie and bullshit people like you are. So, like I said, if you wanted to go down this road, we can go down this road, mind of God. But I'm going to tell you now, I've dealt with far more powerful people. When I say powerful, I mean more, more subs, have more people's ears on YouTube. I don't mean like elite, just YouTube. Think smaller. You're not that big of a person, mind of God. But yeah, that's exactly what I want you to know. You're a nobody. You're someone in my chat who I thought was funny at one point, but now your jokes are old. So, let you understand, this will be the last time I discuss you in any set type of situation, besides the fact that you are one of the many few so far that have already gotten a tombstone in my little graveyard there. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're a little fish. But I suggest, this is just a suggestion, find someone else to do stupid shit to, because I'm not the one. I am not the one. I would be very, 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 very careful on what I say in that chat now, mind of God. Just saying. So, back to more important things. I wanted to finish up this that lecture and go from there. Other than that, nothing really planned. Like I said, I wasn't going to go on really. I didn't even give a fuck about talking about the mind of devil. But definitely want to get this lecture going, and more importantly, excuse me, and more importantly, just start really digging in on this whole gravity situation. Realize what was happening is that we were jumping around too damn much, and I don't like that. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna stick to this gravity situation, where it's kind of like a I want to know how things work, how we know things are due to gravity. I really want to dig into it. I notice what a lot of streams do, and myself included, is that it's always topic this, next topic, next topic, next topic. And I know that we need to start sticking to topics more for longer periods of time, because what ends up happening is, say we talked about gravity yesterday, and today someone wanted to talk about curvature, and someone wanted to talk about something else tomorrow. Gravity always does make its way back in there. It's still in our brains. So what I definitely want to do is I want to really dig in and answer questions, figure things out, let people understand, help people get a better understanding of these things. But for me, I think, though, thus it being probably one of the hardest pieces of evidence and information to really understand, I think it's the most important. I think one of the biggest issues is, along with what I was saying before, is the fact that there's so many. If there's 100 things we want someone to look at to show that it's a globe, it's probably going to be much easier for them to deal with one concept and really dig in to figure that out. Because if that works and they start to get a grasp of how gravity works, then they'll understand how, for instance, it can't be density. They'll understand when it's called a fictitious force, they'll understand what that means. Or when they're told something like, how general relativity works, where general relativity does not look at it as a force. It looks at it as acceleration, just the curvature of space-time. Now, like I've been saying, and I'm very, very open to let everyone know, so I'm not giving false information, or no one's taking my stuff for 100% proof or fact or anything of the sort. I have a pretty decent idea of how general relativity works. I don't understand it enough. We can have that conversation. Some people, Riley, can act like I don't know what I'm talking about, or just because I don't know how to get everything out all in one fluid sentence like he does, that somehow he's figured shit out. What he needs to realize is one, he would need to figure out how science classifies things, the terminology of things, before he could ever in his life ever make up a new scientific reasoning for something. And he does this on a regular basis. It's not like he's stuck. Riley, understand something. It takes scientists decades to understand something, to be able to see where something has gone wrong, and then spend decades figuring out the correct reasoning. YouTube doesn't give you superpowers, Riley. You're not that smart, dude. Like, real shit. Like, you think you've figured out what gravity is in the 2 years you've been talking about it on YouTube? No. Not going to happen. That's just the way it is. And again, I'll make this very clear. Hey, Riley, we are going to fucking do this again. Difference will be is I will never debate you on the fly like that again. I fucked up. That was me. That was my bad. But that's only because you speak like a fucking snake oil salesman, and I don't. So yeah, you're able to get your words out better, make it sound so sexy. But here's the problem you have. If someone with any real intelligence realized that, hey, this is the debate, let's listen to the facts, not the bullshit. You want to know what happened? It'd be very easy to understand that Riley has lost every debate he's ever been in. And that's just the way it is. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I've decided, do I open the panel or do we just go through this lecture? I like to do the lecture, but, kind of feeling talkative at the moment. So let me know. I'll give you guys about 5 minutes, and then as I open, get the panel going, and then if no one wants to jump on the panel, we'll watch the lecture. If otherwise, we'll do the panel. But either way, Jose is going to be on pretty soon, so I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do there. I may, because he said he was going to do he wasn't doing a panel, it was just going to be him. I was kind of thinking maybe I could do a panel streaming, not streaming, but just watching his, and then release that later. But do that offline. I was maybe thinking about doing that. We'll see. Exactly, Darkseed. Darkseed says, so are you saying a failed bus driver, failed lawyer, doesn't know more than the scientific community? And I am saying, absolutely. He absolutely knows nothing. I question his ability. I guarantee you, if he, matter of fact, didn't he take a physics test? What happened with that? Did he fail or something? He had to have. Hey, what's up, Drez? How you doing, my friend? This is what I'm going to do. Let's open up. I decided I'm going to open up the panel for a little bit, and then I'll probably end this. We'll see. Let's see what the fuck happens. Like I said, I definitely didn't think I was going live today. So I'm just going to wing it. Let's wing this street. Let's see where it goes. Let's ride this coattail. And mind of God, don't come on my panel, man. I'd rather not have to take the time to boot somebody. Unless you're going to be apologizing at your ass and then shutting the fuck up. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. All right, perfect, Jose. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna build this hangout, and then when Jose goes live, we'll watch Jose's. Okay, yeah, we'll watch Jose's stream as we wing it. We'll see how that goes. What's up, Matrix? How you doing, sir? Can you hear me? Perfect. What's up, T? I'm just calling you Loken. How you doing, sir? And I appreciate those super chats. Sorry, I do miss a lot of those. All right. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. One of the other things I want. Jose's in the house. What's up, man? Cool. Yeah. Let Jose finish.
We appreciate it, Agent Jose. Code name Fish Guy. Your next assignment, should you choose to accept it, will be Rumpus against Quantum Eraser. We would love to see that debate.
No. I want to
Never
see
gonna happen.
Oh God.
I want to see Barney against Riley
That'll be a beautiful, yeah.
because Bob dismantled Riley last night. But
Nah, bro, he did not, bro.
Yes, he did.
He definitely did.
Hey, they cannot hear us. They don't hear us over there.
I fixed it.
Okay.
You're good. Here's the thing. I suck at talking. I get that. I said that from the start. So if you're looking at what me and Riley did on Jose's as a debate, you're right. Riley got me. But if you're looking at what me and Riley did with facts, guess what? I fucking crushed him. For one, Riley has already admitted that orbital mechanics uses Newtonian gravity. In a sense, he's already admitting gravity exists. Done.
That's not at all what he's saying, bro.
Oh, he did. You want to hear the clips? Because I got 1,000 clips from Jose's shit last night.
Listen, you could take his clips out of hand all you want, bro. That's not. I was there last night. Remember, I heard everything.
I'm not last night. I'm talking about when me and Riley did it on Jose's the night before.
Mic check.
We hear you. Matrix.
You're good, Carlos. You're good.
What about that? Do you want to hear that? When he said it to me on Jose's over and over and over again?
Nah, man, not really. We could discuss it if you want to, but whatever. I know where he stands at because I agree with him.
Then you tell me.
I don't think he lost at all.
Okay, where did he stand then?
What about against me though, Matrix?
Bro.
You and Riley
his point was, right. He was talking about Newtonian physics and all of that, right? And all right, and he was trying to get Bob to understand how it was superseded by Einstein's, right?
Yeah, I can show that because I have that as well. So go ahead.
But his whole point is, you guys are claiming all these things to prove gravity, and what he was trying to point out is,
nope. Stop.
Let me finish, Sean. Let me finish.
Hang on, we're not proving gravity. No one is. Not one person.
What he was trying to demonstrate is that they're both equally nonsense.
Wait a minute, 1 second.
And they don't
if
prove
you
gravity.
miss the end, Shanji, if you miss the end, Carlos did wonderful against Riley because Riley won in the first section with Carlos because he was talking about science and the independent variable, and Carlos was like, I don't know none of that shit. And then I go like, you know what? One day I'm gonna set up Carlos versus Riley, talk about satellites and satellite because that's Carlos' expertise. He said, we can talk about it. Carlos beat Riley on the satellite talk, bro. It was beautiful.
Awesome. What I want to do is I want to start taking those, like your good ones, and airing those, but on my Truth Army channel, not this one. So I was thinking about doing because the issue is I want to have a breakdown of them because the issue is what I was just saying. And Carlos, I'm pretty sure now you can agree with this. Debates are about who can talk the best. But if you can stop it, break it down, and get it into the facts realm of it, Riley's shit. He ain't nothing.
Oh yeah, having the ability to present your information, in your facts in a good way, it gives you a lot. But like you said, sometimes you have a hard time. Here I am. Look, happening right now. I have a hard time explaining myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that really helps you a lot. That's half of the debate.
Yeah.
Being able to present-
Once you loosen up yesterday, Carlos, you did good because you talk about CGI and you did it such a quick little CGI debunking of Riley mentioned
Nah,
something.
nah, nah. That was
And it
BS,
was
by
good,
the
yeah.
way, Carlos. That was BS, by the way. I'll call you BS on that.
Sure, anytime you want, we can have one-on-one, and we'll break
Nah,
it
nah,
down.
nah.
We
That
can do it
little
right now.
editing, that little editing thing that you did, that wasn't the equivalent of what was described in the NASA video. All right, you was talking
Well,
about a
that-
live feed. A live feed and two cameras are
Well-
going to capture the same thing just from different angles. So from one camera, a person is not going to disappear, right? That doesn't make any sense what you try to describe. I
I
understand
think-
your intent, but in the
Oh.
relation of the NASA video, it doesn't make any sense, Carlos.
Hang on, I think you may be in a little confusion on which video he was referring to, and in fact, he didn't present it. We were just talking about it, so you may be referring to something different, Matrix. That's what I'm saying.
What about
Maybe
the live feed video that was glitching out?
yeah, see, you're referring to something different. I think he was referring to people ghosting out, disappearing. So maybe we have a miscommunication there, Matrix.
No, but you was trying to pass it out as it was it was a transference or a transfer and they were switching to another camera. But regardless of whatever transfer switching to the other camera is only gonna capture the same person just at another angle. The person doesn't automatically disappear because you switch cameras.
So you're referring whenever they started like glitching out like a spiral?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what
I'm
you're
referring to the
talking- okay, yeah,
explanation
that's-
that you was given for it. Like I understand that you was trying to make it make sense, but in that instance, how they were trying to portray your explanation doesn't make sense, Carlos. It doesn't make sense because in a live feed, two camera angles, they're gonna capture the same person, just different
Right.
angles.
So I stated that I wasn't referring to a live feed video. I was referring to something that was pre-recorded and edited. So yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense to
But
you.
that's our very claim, though, Carlos, that they are
Okay, well,
editing and
fair enough.
giving us manufacture. So you yesterday proved our point, literally.
No, I did not.
Yeah, let me
You know
explain real
what?
quick 'cause he's
You
trying
guys carry on. I'm gonna look up some more information so I can explain you a little bit better, Matrix. All right.
Okay. But here, I wanted to do this real quick because, again, this whole situation is, and I'm going to tell you right now, Matrix, it's not you, it's Riley. He doesn't understand how terms work against scientific and general terms. And it matters. It matters a lot. And then the other reason why we keep saying that all they are quantum eraser puppets is because they're doing what quantum eraser does. Let me explain to you exactly what we're talking about. See right here where it says supersede, it says take the place of. In parentheses, it says a person or thing previously in authority or use. You see how that definition? That definition can be miscued, can be taken in different ways. Am I wrong? So one thing they do is they throw the synonyms down there. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. 10 synonyms showing right here. How many synonyms does Riley admit?
Sean,
say
what is the
this
relevance of this? What is the
Replace
relevance?
is the only
because-
one. Yes, just one.
None of this.
Oh,
This
Matrix,
actually makes your
Matrix,
point look worse.
Matrix. No, it
Sean.
doesn't. Let me.
All these
stop.
words.
Matrix. Stop. Understand something. When someone uses a word or term for something, you know what matters? The definition for it. No one goes, "What's the synonym to that word?" The reason why he uses the synonym to the word is because, yes, the definition can be taken in many different ways. The problem is, in the synonyms, he went to the first one, replace. But he refused to go to the 9 others that he saw when he Googled it. Because what you'll realize right away, if you actually do fact check Riley, you realize that it says take the place of, take over from, substitute for, displace. Like, do you understand what those words mean?
Bro, none of this is relevant.
No,
his
not
point
relevant.
was
It's not
they
relevant.
took one
No,
method
stop.
and
Why are you
replaced
talking
it with
over me?
another one.
Why are you? Yeah, they didn't
Because
just
you're not
replace.
letting me finish
God
my
damn
point.
it! They didn't just replace it, and that's why I'm not letting you talk because you sound like him.
You nitpicking the shit,
Oh,
bro. You're
no.
nitpicking these words.
He's
And his
nitpicking.
whole point was to replace
Right,
Sean.
hey, Matrix. Talking over me does not work. It was not replaced because if it was
You
replaced,
sound like a little ass girl, Sean. What the fuck, bro? I
No.
thought you was a man, my guy. Come
you
on, man.
sound
Come on,
like a little
Sean.
girl.
Come on, Sean.
Let me make it clear to you. You sound like a little girl because you won't shut the fuck up when I tell you to. I'm gonna finish what I gotta say, and you're not gonna cut me off and talk shit. Let me make it clear to you, Matrix. When you pick one synonym, not even the fucking definition, that's being a little girl about that shit. Understand that shit. You ain't done enough to be on my panel yet, fucking mind of God. Remember that. Now, Matrix, let me make this clear to you. He used replace, one synonym, for a reason. So dumb fucks like yourself who want to come talk shit to me, like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Bro, don't ever call me a dumb fuck, bro. Watch your mouth, bro. Don't
You already
disrespect
disrespected me. You
Watch
already
your mouth.
disrespected me.
I corrected you because you was nitpicking some bullshit that has.
Shut the fuck up, because you've already said I was nitpicking like a little girl.
You shut the fuck up, bro.
Peace
I
out,
told you,
homie.
don't disrespect
Another
me.
one bites the fucking
fuck
dust.
You. Fuck.
And I'll do this with every fucking flat earther who wants to be disrespectful on my shit.
Oh, Matrix, why'd you leave? What up, everybody? How about a little chill break for a second?
That's fine with me. Everyone I see here doesn't disrespect people. But you're not going to call me a little girl on my shit, Matrix, and expect me not to react. Sorry, bro. And if anyone has a problem with that, you can go too. I don't care anymore. You guys don't understand that shit? If you disrespect me, I'm going to boot you off my shit. I didn't disrespect you. I was trying to clarify to you exactly what the fuck was going on. So, Matrix, when you want to fucking be a man and have a real conversation about some shit, instead of backing up that little bitch ass Riley who lies to everybody, we'll talk. And,
That was beautiful, Sean.
And keep it up in my chat, and I'll start that tombstone for your bitch ass too.
Oh, hey, my new avatar showed up.
I like it.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. People think I sound angry, but I'm actually relieved. Oh, and this motherfucker right here. Hang on. Stop.
You want to talk about disrespect?
No. Fuck you and your fucking channel.
Here's the disrespect coming right back. Here's the
problem I have with you now. I need to go to counseling now. Because whatever the fuck you showed that other night, my brain's so fucked up.
I still haven't recovered from what I witnessed on Friday.
And a lot of people don't know what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, it's very insidery, but
that was awesome.
You guys need to go to his channel.
It can't.
You
look for it about. I think it was like an hour and a half into my stream on Friday, and we look at a video from Church of Gale, who Sean Hawkins decided to say, "Hey, watch this video." It's nightmare fuel.
Yeah. You fell into the trap.
Well, let's put it this way: if you thought Pete Shea was crazy, she is his whole mate.
Oh, she makes Pete sound fucking like. Hey, Pete sounds as intelligent and well spoken as Blue. Blue, that's how crazy this lady is. She makes Pete look like
Shut up, Sean. Go on mute.
Oh, you know what?
Off you go.
This is what we're gonna do. I wasn't gonna do this for the sanctity of my sanity. I'm gonna show you guys some of this shit.
Oh no.
Yeah. You
Wait
guys
a
need
minute.
to understand what happened.
I don't have my oven mitts. Wait a minute.
Oh, you're gonna need them.
You need a hazmat suit.
Yeah. I was gonna say. You'll need oven mitts, and then you'll probably want to take a cold shower afterwards
with bleach. Oh, it's bad. It's one of those things where you go. Oh, put it this way: I couldn't. Like I think I said, "What the fuck?" WTF for a good hour. Like I couldn't say anything else. I couldn't I had so much to say, but I couldn't. I
He,
almost
he,
got
he was,
booted
it
from
was,
his
it
shit.
almost looked like Sean was spamming it, but it was okay for me because I understood exactly what he was going through.
It was. I wasn't spamming. I wanted to say other things, but I couldn't get it out without. It just looked like what the fuck. Oh, okay. Oh shit! I found it. This is bad. Oh, fuck. Which one was it? Oh, I don't know if I should do this or not. Man, you gotta stop playing video games. Fucking A, pussy. Where the hell is it? It's not on.
Me.
It's not. Is it on your live when this says
Yeah,
live?
it should be on the live stream, past live streams on Friday.
But didn't you call it something else? All I see is
Oh.
pussy video game shit.
Hang on. Kiss my ass.
I mean, you are a grown man. Oh, I see it. It's not a month ago. Hell no.
That was Friday.
That's one cool looking chair. I like your chair.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's like, I think if he panned his camera 180 degrees, you'd see his fucking playground.
Pretty much.
You're a big fucking kid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm jealous. Not that jealous though. You're still an asshole. Which one is it, man? I don't see it.
It should be there Friday.
No, Google or YouTube doesn't say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right?
All right, hang on. It has
All
the
I
date
see
on there.
I see. Wait, it's the last one you did.
The Sovereign
Yeah,
one.
that says 2 days ago.
That's weird.
About an hour and a half. That's why you're a lawyer. But it's wait. Oh, okay. Damn it! I found it. Fuck. Do I want to do this? I think we're gonna do this. Wait, that also means that you guys will be able to hear it now. I'm using.
Brent
Can you guys hear
Spiner?
that?
Wait, from Data from
Star
Star Trek?
supposed to
I
go
don't
to
think
China
so.
because Hu Jintao.
Because someone was trying to say
No.
how they're able to, with the voice meter, you're able to actually hear stuff over on there now. I don't know how that works though. I think I do. Hang on. Tell me if you hear it now.
Is on my marriage list, so they figured that'd be a good place to try to
A little
fix
bit.
their penises.
Yeah, turn it up.
So Hu Jintao apparently assigned some Chinese doctors to work on them, and they agreed with the doctors that they would be put under anesthesia and allow the doctors to operate on them. When they woke up, they looked down at their
So they're
penises
putting
and
it
saw
through their
this
speaker.
crisscross,
Okay, I don't want to do that.
crisscross
Never mind. We're not
bandages.
watching it.
And they really
Okay, good.
That bitch is way too
It's
crazy.
probably for the
anyway.
best.
Yeah, no, I just realized what I had to do to make it so you guys can hear it, and it's just not worth it. I'll put. Dare I do this though? I'm gonna put the link to your stream.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, you guys.
The other
you
thing,
guys will have to.
I'll put the so you guys don't have to hear me or watch mine. I'll have a. Okay, there it is.
Okay, you put it in the
I
chat.
have a link to a direct link to the video itself.
Oh no.
Put that in the chat.
I here's his too, because his reaction throughout the whole time is classic.
Well, because I was already drunk watching this.
Oh man, that was insane. I don't.
And I wasn't drunk enough.
I'm gonna tell you guys now. It was something of its own. Like I couldn't I went and Googled her, and she's a like a what do you call it? She writes books, but like I couldn't figure out if she was talking about her books or she was gone. And then I looked up her books, and her books are like they're well written.
What are you talking about? What's her name?
Gail. Gail.
Gail Cord Schuler.
She runs the House of Gail, right? It's like a church.
Church of Gail.
Church of Gail. There you go. That
Sounds
was
like
insane.
a tax write-off to me.
Damn, it was crazy. Please go watch.
Tax-free.
No, this lady.
I bet you she doesn't have to pay taxes on the
Oh
books
no,
she
that's
sells.
that's because she's on what do you call it? Assisted living. Like she has someone. There's got to be someone living at her house. That's how bad she is. They have to. It was the things I heard. I don't see. I can't think already. Just thinking about it made my brain hurt.
Yeah, but if she filed her business name,
She couldn't.
there's some form you can file at the IRS stating that your religious affiliation, your organization is religiously affiliated somehow.
She would
with
lose
something.
that the first second she spoke.
Oh, is this that Missouri Baptist church?
This is like Pete times 10. I'm telling you, Pete's not crazy compared to this lady. It's so, I don't know. I see what happened.
Like you couldn't tell if she was clearly reading off of something when you look at the video, but you can't tell if this is actually something that she actually looked at, or this is just stream of conscious.
But see, not all her videos were like that, though. The one you were watching was like
looks
that.
Possessed or what?
Okay, no, okay. So what's happening is she's looking at the camera and she's talking, but every 30 seconds maybe you see her go to the right for like about 10 seconds maybe, and then she'll come back. But she's very fluent this whole time. It's not like you can tell she's reading something unless you saw her looking away. But
maybe she's hitting a joint.
Some of her videos,
maybe she's CGI. Maybe she's not real.
Oh no, this is real. I mean, no, but some of her videos, she's not looking away at any time. Sometimes she's just fixated on the camera, and trust me, I just no. You got no more.
All right,
no more.
dude,
no more Gail. No more Gail.
Send me a link. I gotta go look at this.
It's in the chat. No more Gail because my brain hurts right now.
At this rate, talking about Flat Earth is more sane than talking about Gail.
Oh, by far. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Hang on. Give me 1 sec. Okay, good. No more. Okay, back to task at hand.
Yeah, Multi-Tom-Tom's really freaking out.
Yeah,
what is he a spatial engineer, Multi-Tom-Tom? Because I think space engineers is all they do are like interior decorators. I think that's what Keith told me.
That's true. Okay, so what happened was Matrix decided to get disrespectful for whatever reason. I'm not really sure, but the main thing about what I was trying to explain is that Riley is nitpicking. He doesn't even use the definition. You got anyone ever pick that up? That never gives you the definition. He quantum erases it and gives you synonyms.
Can you let Matrix back in?
If he decides he's going to be respectful, absolutely. But I'm not.
Yeah,
sure.
I just wanted to show something.
Like, I'm not sure, and you guys can tell me in the chat, and I do this every time. Hey, Matrix, just so you know, you'll have your chance, because every time I've done this, kick somebody, I literally go on my little community post and ask if I was the asshole in the situation. So I don't think I did anything wrong.
Where's the chat?
YouTube.
Oh, you posted it in YouTube?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he posted it in the side chat. I'm not sure. Did you? And you have a fucking
Gail's,
cat too? God damn it,
I can just YouTube her. What's it? Gail's Church of Gail.
I don't.
Is that a problem for you? God damn.
Yeah, cats are
I'm
fucking
on my
stupid.
cell phone, so I don't know if is all I get is a video screen. I don't get any extra chat things except for in YouTube.
All right, let me see if I can get Matrix back in here. I'm not really sure if I can get him back in here, to tell you the truth.
I was listening to the Riley talk with Bob last night, and I guess it's more than anything else, it's just frustrating when like at least half of his sources contradict him, and it's frustrating not to be able to point it out while live, but Bob was at a slight disadvantage by not having a computer in front of him.
And usually all you have to do with Riley is just read the rest of the thing he's got up on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Riley will only read half the sentence and then stop.
Like he goes to the best example is throughout the discussion that he's having with Bob, they're talking about the wiki article on general relativity, where they talk about supersedes. What if you actually go to the wiki for Newton's law of universal gravitation, and one of the paragraphs says Newton's law has been superseded by Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity, but it continues to be used as an excellent approximation of the effects of gravity in most applications. Relativity is required only when there is a need for extreme accuracy or when dealing with very strong gravitational fields. I mean, if he's going to use Wikipedia, it's fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly right. And you can find similar citations, but you can just as easily find stuff that says basically what we know to be true, and that is that Einstein didn't supersede Newton, not at all. In fact, you can derive Newton's equations from Einstein's equations. Einstein's field equation still has big G in it. You know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not being intellectually honest to try to say anybody ever thought about throwing out Newton's laws of gravitation. They never did, and they're very successful. Use them all the time. They work just fine. But all this bullshit is the flat Earth and Anthony wanting to turn science into an argument of over semantics,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a shame. It is nothing but confusion.
And I mean, I guess more specifically, it comes down to, he'll cite all of these sources, like at least more than half of them are from public universities, which all of those public universities teach at least one field of study that he considers pseudoscience: geology, astronomy, astrophysics, what have you. And if you point that out to him, that means, okay, either you're correct in your interpretation of how you define science, and therefore the universities are lying, actively deceiving, or you're the one who's wrong. And then it comes down to a credibility argument, in my opinion. And based on Riley's history, I don't consider him a very credible source of knowledge and research.
No, not hardly.
Oh man, there's no more room for Matrix. I really wanted you to let him in.
Yeah, I don't think he can get on because I can't find out how to unblock him. I kicked him. He didn't jump out. I kicked him.
Is he still on the chat?
Yeah, he's still out there.
I wonder if I can present.
This whole time I was trying to look for stuff for him, and it's only my luck that he's not here anymore.
He should be out there. Like he was there minutes ago, or like a minute ago at least.
The chat and see if hit the chat on Matrix if you're there, because I want to show you this.
Yeah, tomorrow's. I would start anew if it was, if you guys are going to do a one-on-one or something. But as far as I'm not really. He took that to the wrong level to me.
I know. Well,
and it seems to be a thing.
What's up, Pete?
Hey, Pete. What's up, my friend?
The dodo.
Hey, Sean.
His Majesty.
Starkus. How you doing, everybody? You're talking about gravity, Sean. Did you get a grasp on the greater picture regarding gravity, according to your own lessons, I guess, or learning?
Oh no, I'm trying to, but it's going to take a while, a long while.
It'll take forever. It'll take forever to wrap your mind around space-time as a reality, as opposed to a concept. Even as a concept, it's an impossibility.
I agree, but it'll be fun trying.
Yeah, I watched a 45-minute video on on general relativity.
Mind blown.
Are you any the wiser, man?
It was extremely boring.
Right, and you are any the wiser? This is the point.
No, I'm just more confused. It's just more math.
As it was designed.
And that also shows that, not everyone can. But thank God there are people that can and do and present the evidence they have, so we can try to understand it.
Yeah, but what if you don't then? Do you just revert to trust and say, well, I trust you that you understand it?
Well, you have to
apparently
it's a give and take, but at the same time, you definitely can't go, well, I'm then now going to make up a new reality.
From what I understand, from what I've been like looking into, I don't know if somebody can answer this question, but I've read that general relativity is programmed into GPS somehow to equate for the differences.
Yeah, it is time dilation.
That's a lot of equations to cram into.
Nah, it's not. Well, I think the best. I think the best thing to say about all of that is, does your GPS get you where you want to go? And if the answer, if the answer is yes, that just means that somebody knows how to do it. Don't worry about it.
Well, if they trust the GPS, they trust the government.
But the time dilation is in the manner of milliseconds when you're talking about transmissions from even the furthest satellites to Earth, right?
And your point?
No, not time dilation. I'm considering the vector and the way the vector operates in a four-dimensional space. It's just so many calculations.
Oh, that's all conceptual thinking, and there's no basis.
No, it's not conceptual.
Well, so are you telling me that the sun?
It's not really a concept when it's in a physical product that works.
Yeah, these calculations are happening at least twice a second for 4 or more different satellites. Are you saying it's a concept?
No, I'm talking about, okay, when you say time dilation, you were talking about general relativity, and I took it in that context you were talking about.
Okay. Well, do you understand how GPS works?
I'm talking about GPS.
Okay, well that's relevant
and
to that.
even signals between. This is what I'm saying about GPS in terms of time dilation. What do you mean in that context then? Because in terms of the distances involved,
well, you have to account for the movement of the satellites because they're moving fast.
In terms of keeping the clock synchronized in the
right.
That's
okay. Well, do you know anything personally about that procedure or process?
I've never worked on a GPS satellite. Now I understand the concept.
Okay. Well, basically, in context, I was thinking I was going to ask gravity. Everything's connected, right? Time. We'll ask what is time. Time. You'll give a different answer than I will.
And
who'll be closer to the truth? The basic question I was getting back to is gravity and the curvature of space-time. So how time is incorporated into, you say it's not a concept, it is a integral component to our reality. So if the bigger the mass, the greater the distortion within this fabric of space-time, the sun is at the center of our system, right? So it is of the biggest mass. So it is bending continuously space-time. Now, which way is it bending it is my question. And is everything falling into something? Is it everything falling up into, down into, across to the side into something due to this curvature of space-time, the effect we see as gravitational forces?
To answer your question, I don't think they fully understand, Pete. That's why everything has progressed into special relativity and I can't even think of the other science. The science of the really small.
It's a basic question. Quantum mechanics. It's a basic question.
Yeah, quantum mechanics. That's what I was thinking. Quantum science. Yeah.
It's a basic question we can all consider, though, on a basic level. And we're asked to make sense out of all of this. So as Sean said, well, we've tried. So if we can't wrap our brains around it, I have to revert then to somebody else. Well, that's not very satisfactory, I don't think, nor should it be.
Fair enough.
And everything is fallen into something, then I'll take it, right? It's the only way we can imagine it, which we can't
all
really.
Falling into the crater of our stars.
Well, which way is space-time bending then, or curving according to?
It depends on the relative density.
Wait, hang on. I kind of see what you're saying. Like, we would say down. But
yeah, the sun is the center mass. Yeah.
But how would you know it's down? Like, damn, that's a fucking good question, Pete. Fuck, Pete.
Well, the sun is. That's why I brought it to the sun. Just
We're
break it
talking
down
about 4
straight to
I mean,
dimensions.
his own theory, the relativity theory, kind of disproves itself at the same time, if you think about it, because just from a general thinking standpoint, because if mass is, if the space time is distorted like it says it is, then why is our galaxy still in why isn't it spreading out? Why isn't everything floating away from each other?
Right.
That's the wrong wordage I'm using, but why
Right.
is it
So
maintaining
here's
a specific disk shape?
Yeah.
What it just doesn't make it contradicts itself.
Everything is so you know an explosion, like how there's an explosion. Now all the debris takes off in its directions.
Big Bang, yeah.
Well, the Big Bang violates the law of thermodynamics. So
we all come here via
how's
the
that?
Big Bang as well. Don't forget that.
Everything violates the law of thermodynamics.
But how does the Big Bang violate the laws of thermodynamics?
Well, because it says that energy cannot be created from nothing.
Do we know that there was nothing before the Big Bang?
Well, that's the point.
That's the question.
Exactly. But you can, unless
all
you've answered.
All that was there to begin with was pure energy.
God created it.
Pure, yeah. Like that's the thing.
It
It's
started out as pure energy, so nothing was created.
God is pure energy.
Well, see, that's
off the gates. It's a contradiction. I realized that years ago. Off the gates, it's a contradiction. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed. Is a fundamental law of nature, but yet everything goes back to the fundamental explanation where everything was created.
They are the same thing. Matter and energy are the same thing. That's
everything was still created out of nothing. It's a thought experiment. Is all.
But here's the thing, Pete. You got to also remember this. No one is saying the Big Bang was the creation of anything. It is only the starting point at which we can see. That's as far back as we can see. That's it. That's all that means. So that's what we're.
Consider this.
They call it the Big Bang because it looks like an explosion happened at that time, and we're gonna say that the beginning of our known universe. You gotta listen. Our known universe would appear that we started there, and we see the universe doing this, and it's what we explain now. That's all the Big Bang is. It has nothing to do with the beginning or what was before it, because we don't know.
Well, if you think about that singularity and the creation of space and everything in the material universe as we describe it now, everything is ejected. You mentioned an explosion at a certain speed. Now, nothing can slow down that speed, right? When it's breaking space itself, creating space itself. This is what I'm talking about. Gravity, said to be this result from the distortion of space-time. How does that fit into it? Is everything falling into something at the same time as being ejected away from something else? This is the dichotomy in the whole story, which is flounders at the very first step, energy being created or destroyed.
Well, you're off in the same weeds the astrophysicists are sitting around scratching their heads over right now, Pete. I mean,
I'm a bit ahead because I know the Earth isn't moving, right?
Hang on,
everything doesn't have an answer yet. Those are some of the things that they're trying to figure out.
Pete has the answers.
No, that all stems
But we got
from
some pretty damn good answers when it
Dodo.
comes to our solar system, our Earth, our moon, our sun, the planets.
Right.
We've got some really good answers and some really good math that lets us predict exactly
the right
how all this
answers,
stuff works.
right?
Hang on, Pete. Phil Blue, I had a question because this was just Pete actually made me think of this, and it's a good question. Okay, so this is the gravity well.
Yeah,
and I know that it's actually supposed to be halfway into the Earth, right? Like it doesn't look like that. It looks like it should be inside the Earth, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
But
it's a.
But that whole term.
Those things are kind of poor attempts at trying to visualize a four-dimensional.
Oh, okay, that's the problem then, because
it's just really hard to do it.
And the other problem would be
when you start something going around in a circle, you kind of see why you can start in a straight line out here and aim it toward the Earth there, and it'll just go around and around and around, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is the demonstration that they use to show you how if you can warp that fabric, you can generate, and you have an object with some velocity to it, you can generate that circular motion, that orbital motion that we observe with the moon and ourselves around the sun and so forth and so on.
So
where does the sun going around then?
So
is the sun crafting its own tunnel?
Hang on, Pete. Okay. So this grid that they're depicting right here, this grid is infinitely everywhere around this globe, correct?
Yeah,
right.
Okay, then you answered my question. Thank you. Yeah, because when Pete said that the whole down thing, like which way, when you look at this, everywhere. It depicts down as being the South Pole, so it's sitting down like that. And I realized, space it's not like everything is sitting in space, like this. It's just when the gravity well is described, you would think of it, and especially when they show multiple planets. I think I saw one over here. Like when they show these multiple planets of it,
you get a real mess.
Yeah, because it literally looks like all these planets are sitting in space, and no, that is so wrong. It's ridiculous. Like this is not what space is like. It's not sitting in space. I think that may be a big issue. Like
what is it
people how they depict it. Okay, so like I was saying with this image, this grid.
See, that's just a representation. Where it's 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
That's the 2-dimension.
Yeah, exactly. I know this grid.
I know that.
Like I said, when I asked the question and Blue said yes, this grid is infinitely everywhere in every direction you can possibly imagine around this Earth.
Right.
So it's not sinking into
technically that
space
grid
like
is wrong according to the general relativity, anyways, because there should be a grid on top of it as well that depicts a gravity well above the Earth.
Well, it would be in
every
every
direction.
Yeah, the reason I asked and said infinitely everywhere around the globe is for that reason. There is no up, down, left, right. It's the center. The center is the only thing that matters right now. But it's everywhere.
Let me ask you then.
Yeah.
If it's a gravity well, we equate well with down, right? You send a bucket down to the bottom of the well. If there's no direction on an Earth, not to mind in space, nothing is can be said to be direction. Up or down. Which way does this massive body bend or distort?
Infinitely everywhere.
Infinitely everywhere. Well, it did it infinitely everywhere. There'd be no direction for Earth to follow, particularly then, would there?
Well, Pete, there's supposedly a black hole. There's supposedly a black hole at the center of every galaxy. So
it's all kind of together. We're just flying through the universe, all just in the shit ride of hell.
I mean, I think what a lot of people do get confused, and I think this rendition kind of exposes that there's a very northern hemisphere centric view that I feel like a lot of regular people and a lot of flat earthers tend to have an issue with, because if you turn the world upside down, it would be just as valid of a depiction of Earth as you would if the North Pole was on the north and the South Pole was on the south.
There is no South Pole in relation to a hemisphere. There's no globe Earth. It's all
if we're talking in relation to space, you're right.
No, that's true. That's true. It's all metaphor. Sean, what you're after just describing there.
Because in
what
space,
you're describing just previously.
Remember, I said infinitely around the Earth. In space,
right?
Direction is infinitely around you. So that's why when I was saying, I know you were here yesterday, Pete. When I go on Stellarium, if you take the ground away from yourself, try moving around. It becomes a whole different story. And that's what that means. That is like the best way I can depict it for you.
These tools are all clues for us, but what you just described previously in relation to gravity infinitely, this is infinitely everywhere. This is the opposite. This is what Einstein has done. This is the opposite to what Newton said gravity was, where we have a singular point, infinitely small, where all gravity is focused on in the traditional model. Isn't the dichotomy there, the bifurcation, beautiful?
No.
Beautiful.
It's just okay. Blue, you are the one, because I was back in I was looking at another stream I had done. You are the one who told me this. And I like you to explain it to Pete where, one version says what and the other version says another.
Oh, you're talking about the two fundamental ideas, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, Newton had a fairly straightforward look at things, and his big problem, Newton's big problem was we could observe the motions. Those guys, and when I say we, I'm talking about those guys 300 years ago. They could observe.
And we assume exists for the purposes of this talk.
Yeah, the motion of the planets, the motion of the moons around Jupiter, the motion of the moon, our moon around us, our motion around the sun, et cetera, et cetera. Something clearly was influencing all of these celestial bodies to do what they did. And at the same time, a guy like Newton could look and say, well, wait a minute, something makes things fall down. This big thing I'm standing on, for some reason or the other, wants the little thing I'm holding in my hand to fall down onto it. And by observing the motion of stuff, it was pretty clear that there was an inverse relationship between the distance those objects had, between their centers. And so that's where that whole concept came about. But Newton's biggest question and the biggest concern he had was the fact that he couldn't explain why that was happening. He could observe it. You could measure the effect of it. You could measure the acceleration, and if you could measure the acceleration, then all you have to do is apply it to any mass. Acceleration times mass then becomes a force, and that's where we get this confusion where people talk about the force of gravity. You can argue and say, well, it's not a force. Okay, it isn't. But it is an acceleration. All right.
I wonder, did he consider helium balloons big balloons?
Einstein didn't even dispute that. But
I wonder, did Newton consider helium balloons?
Oh, I don't think he would have done that. Do you?
Well, he should have, of course, because that
would be Pascal.
Oh, that would be
Were
later
helium
on.
balloons a thing in Newton's time?
Well, that's what I was just thinking.
If
he had the chance to contemplate these, then he would probably have reduced everything down to a density buoyancy relationship. But that would be leaving out a fundamental factor then, which is this creation. When we get away from the creation of this realm we're in, then we get into the material universe. And Newton, of course, assumed that the Earth was moving, the Earth was spherical, and everything in the sky was a material nature.
Well, density buoyancy argument falls completely flat in the sense that it cannot generate a force. There is no force.
Well, you talk about why does something drop? You are after, hang on, the natural resting place for the thing you're after picking up, be it an apple from the ground or a rock from the ground, to notice it dropping in the first place, well, you are after imparting some energy and lifting it from its natural position, whatever natural may mean. So you have to take that into account. Now, that's why I mentioned helium balloons. Imagine instead of the atmosphere as it is, it was thicker, denser, more water-like, to that consistency. If you now drop something, it would drop at a different rate, and you would have a different value for inverted commas G. So the same thing with helium balloons.
Well, if the atmosphere was denser, yeah, a lot of things would change, Pete, but it isn't.
Yeah, but he's overall, he had a universal gravitational theory, which was validated according to Rumpus fairly immediately, but we find out later on it was never actually validated. So there's lots of different contradictory stories that are going on.
So what's this helium balloon thing, Pete? I don't understand what you're saying.
So if you, in other words, right, so we notice that not everything does fall. You fill up a helium balloon, it rises up and up, who knows where. If you got the air helium mixture right, you could get it just to levitate. So it's all got to do with the medium. According to Newton's thinking, now I know there's something else going on, because something has arranged everything into the way we find it, right?
But Pete, that wasn't
This
Newton.
is a Spanish stream.
No, I'm not saying it was Newton. I'm saying that if he, I was wondering if he had considered that.
A couple of thousand years before Newton.
Jesus got 4.
vegan warrior
Right.
P6.
Well,
Wow,
that's why I
big
asked about
time,
the helium balloon. Did he
Oh,
consider it in
Rovsky
terms of
got
things falling?
a
That's
big
important.
whopping
There were no helium
465.
balloons.
Shut
I
up,
don't think
Rovsky.
they even understood.
Right. So
Who is
Archimedes.
this? Venice
Of helium.
Reborn
Archimedes'
21.
principle applies to the
No,
helium
Obi,
balloon
this is the
just like it
Spanish
applies
one.
to a ship or
Well,
something.
of course, all
El
of the basic
Secutor did
elements were not
weak.
discovered back then, so there was different ideas on what composed or constituted the Earth and the Earth's component parts. For sure, right?
It was quite a simple thing. I mean, it's just the mass that's being displaced.
Oh, they had different ideas on all of everything, pretty much. And I have to delve back into memory now. What was the cause of fire they gave as well before oxygen was discovered? Philogen or something like that. Some inherent property, mystical property. I have to delve back into memory to bring it up. But there was a different
Have you been
paradigm,
studying
a different worldview.
alchemy? Have you been studying
Newton,
You really?
No. This is basic science. So you read any basic history of science book,
Yeah, but
and they'll talk
you're
about this
saying you're
transition.
going before all of this stuff, like before they discovered fire, but they called it something else. The only thing I can think of is alchemy.
Right. So Newton was a big alchemist, of course, and depends on what we mean by alchemy. But this is what I'm saying. Into his thinking, when he was trying to figure out the universe and everything, he had much different concepts, which were later superseded, shown. So we have to bear these things in mind. I, for one, don't think Newton existed. The apple falling on his head is a big clue for us, and we are meant to put all of this stuff together in a different sense.
It's a metaphor, Pete. I mean, that's all that was. You know that.
Well, I know that, but it was
tell our kids.
Yeah, but what
our kids never grow up and understand that it was just a story they were told when they were kids.
Right, but what they have to come to understand is that the whole existence of Newton himself is another story. So it's a story within a story, but a story with greater meaning, greater significance.
Well,
that's where I've come to land. I don't expect you have, Blue.
There's the Pete we know.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that, man? How can you vouch for somebody? Look at Newton's output throughout his lifetime. I say this is all the same hidden hand that's doing this stuff. And Newton, for me, didn't exist. It's just more fabricated history, but a greater lesson being passed on through, allegorically, metaphorically.
Stop asking for definitions. Stop asking for definitions.
But hang on, Newton never proved that the Earth moved, right?
Well,
so
moron,
the rotundity is
when people make claims using words, then they must define the fucking terms they use. Next.
His mic is open anyway.
Okay, so the problem I'm having, because Jose just went live, and he said I could stream it, but the problem is that you guys won't be able to hear it, because I don't know how to use the voice meter to make it so you hear it. Let me see if I can do this.
Hey, Pete, I got something for you.
Hey, what program were you messing around with?
Voice
Was
meter.
it Unity or
Voice meter banana? And I was gonna try to. I wanted to stream Jose's stream because he's talking about that quantum eraser shit. But I
Pete,
you know what I mean?
Pete, let me know when you can see what the flutter.
What program is that?
Voice meter.
No, Carlos.
Oh.
It's Sony Vegas.
Let me do this real quick, guys.
Is that an Apple program?
No, that's a Windows.
What am I looking at?
Hang on, you're watching now, Pete? Okay, here you go. Hang on. I just leave my mic open. Let's see. There you go. You see it, Pete?
Yeah. I see.
So if you got the flat Earth,
right,
and then you can actually put the dodo in it, and then you can actually put this in other starters.
That is, man, make a gif of that, man. And what you have to do there is to turn the map upside down, so Australia's at the bottom, where the bird, the dodo itself, sticks out more clearly. Also, I talked for ages about this image. Can you see the donut Follow your heart, man.
And then we do it. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. How do you?
One of the steps in allowing me to realize this conclusion. Yeah.
Now you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can't figure out what I'm doing now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta fucking. All right. Now I know you guys can hear me, right? It sounds like chaos in my ear. Hang on, guys. God damn it, Pete. Okay, everyone go, and if you guys can hear me in the chat, go to fucking Jose's, because I don't right now. My fucking system is all crap. I'm gonna keep this hangout going, and I'm just gonna record it, and then maybe I'll go back live once Jose's done. But everyone go the fuck over there. Jose's, go there. Go. Everyone go. You guys in the hangout, you guys can stay. I'm trying to figure this shit out, and it's irritating me. I would just go over to Jose's. I'll start a new hangout. If you guys want to keep going, you guys can keep going. But I would have ended the stream anyway because Jose was going live. Hang on, I'm gonna end my stream, and I may go live after. But it doesn't make sense for me to do it this way. Yeah, head over to Jose's. You guys want to keep going in here? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go live again. That way, because I can't do both. All right, guys, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream only so we can kick it off after. But I don't want to miss what's going on with him. So I do apologize for that, guys. But get the fuck out of here. Go over to Jose's. I'm gonna get the link right now for you guys, so you guys can quick link over there. All right, he's about to write a letter to Quantum Eraser. So if I were you guys, I'd get the hell over there right now. I'm gonna go live after he goes live again. I'll do like an after show or something. But yeah, everyone head over to that link. It's going live over there. Peace.